What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Allergic to Missing podcast. This is episode 6, I believe.
Ooh, 6 deep.
We are 6 deep. We are in. Um, yeah. How many votes did you get? I got,
Yeah, dude, we got some good topics coming up. So I think we should each do my top one, then your top one. I think that would be great to
I, th
cover.
I think we probably got the same one. Let me find it.
Mine was shit. I just remembered it right now. Mine was by a lands. I want to say by a lands, not by a landslide. The gym pet peeves, basically fitness pet peeves. Or
Oh,
yeah,
that
I
was,
thought that was a good one.
I got 38% in the winning spot, telling your girl you're on gear.
All right, yeah, let's dude, let's get right into those. I think those will be good.
All right.
You want to jump in? Let's jump into yours first.
My first thought, because I saw you post it.
Let's apply it to like gear your friends, family, that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
how would you do about
Yeah. So when I saw you post it, I was like, well, that's a good topic. Because my first thought when I saw that was like, if people aren't asking if you're on gear, then you're probably not big enough.
that? They're not expecting anything already. Okay, that's good.
But I think I was
Like
talking to,
when I hear someone say, like, oh, I thought he was on steroids, or like when Bree tells someone that I'm not natty, and I love hearing like, oh, I would hope like he looks like it. I'm like,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Jay. I don't know if Jay wanted me to say that, but I was talking to Jay, and he was like, like when you talk to a girl for the first time, like you should probably just get that out of the way. That like so it doesn't come up later as something weird. And I was like, yeah, I think you just gotta be upfront with it, like this is something that I do.
I'm gonna say, bro, it's gonna be like one of two extremes. Like one of the just oh my God, like I don't think we'd even talk to girls like that, by the way. I don't even think
No.
I would. But like within that industry, it'd be more so like, all right, cool. Like it's kind of like how I'm gonna say related over to let's say how I told my family, dude, I was like probably 3 years deep in and it would dude, I was scared, bro. I was like nervous. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna hate me? So like in my family, it's basically my aunt and my sister, and they both had
Okay.
nearly the same exact response. I was like, I want to tell you guys something. And I was there like, like they're gonna kill me or something. And I was like, I've been and I'm actively taking steroids, like injections. And they were both just like, okay. I'm like, are you being safe about it? I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm being safe about it. I know what I'm doing. Okay, just make sure you're safe and just like, make sure you're good. And it blew my fucking mind. It was like I want to say I definitely have it easy because I've heard of other guys, telling theirs and they want them out of the house or like or oh my God, you're breaking the law or like get out. The worst thing, I got the best response ever, and that was the biggest weight off my chest. It was like I was so nervous going into it, dude. So I guess that's just kind of the approach to family, but
Yeah.
on the side of like girls, like I think it should be a supportive partner. Like I'm gonna say blessed on my end that I have one that even helps me with my own shots. That takes the anxiety out of it. It makes things smoother. I don't, it's very consistent. And does she want me doing them for us to raise a family, for me to be healthy for the rest of my life? Obviously not. It's gonna be a shorter period of time that I'm doing these things. But not to say everyone needs that kind of support, but as long as there's simply understanding of you, your goals, you're being responsible, I think it's something that should be said right off the bat, right?
So you told your family that and then you went and took a big shot or what?
And I was like, okay, I got the green light.
Three CCs. Here we go.
My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just probably best to be upfront. I mean, for me, like it was more like people were asking, like, like, oh, are you still natty? Like after I did my first show, you're still natty or whatever. And I was like, for a while, I pushed it off. I just said like, I was like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And then once I got a little bit bigger, then I was like, yeah, like I've been on for a while or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, yeah.
Did you feel relief from that, or did you feel like was it? How did you feel?
I felt relief, but then like I started getting all the jokes, and everybody's like, oh, it's just because you're on steroids or whatever.
I think the big, thing that holds everyone back is, and that's what held me back in the start. Obviously, too, it's like when I worked at wholesale, I was there for 9 years. They just kind of said, hey, respect us, please, like, hey, this is even 9 years ago already. It wasn't as mainstream as it is now.
Right.
I want to say it became mainstream in the past. Would you say 3 or 4 years, maybe?
4 years, yeah, probably.
There. Whereas like in the beginning, it would be like, hey, like you're not supposed to be doing those things. Like, don't talk about it. So I never fake nattied it, but I just would have to say, hey, I compete in bodybuilding. I do what I have to do. Something like
Yeah.
that. Some sort of I would just brush it off. But then
Yeah.
when I stopped working there, I would be more open about it. It was just this relief because it's not condoning. Like I'm sure we have the same viewpoint. We're not condoning. We're not recommending. There's if people come to you for advice, it's more so on the side of this motherfucker is going to do it anyways. What can I do to help him do it smarter? Right? I think
Right.
that's one of the best ways about it. So that's kind of the way I want to look at things now. I'd rather educate, like, dude, because I mean, I don't know how many guys buy stuff off the internet anymore, but I'm sure there has to be some people buying shit off the internet. And like, genuinely, there's things you need to know from the start that it would help to freaking know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think more people buy stuff off the internet now. So
And what's
yeah.
funny, what's not funny, but I would say probably 50% of them are legit, 50% of them are a scam, or you're either never going to get anything, or they could be freaking real. I don't know.
Yeah.
you,
You never know. You
you
never know.
don't. That's why
But
when it comes to, I mean, that and like the peptide aspect of things, people are so open about their peptide use. Dude, it's so rampant.
yeah.
And that's not me to gatekeeper to say like someone shouldn't or someone should not. Anyone's can do what they want to do. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother world. I mean, people are so open to take the newest peptide, and it's like all of a sudden an injection's not a problem anymore, huh?
Oh, bro, that's funny. I saw a TikTok of something like that. It's like the barrier to entry. No one didn't take steroids. It's mainly because they didn't know where to get them. So
Yeah.
peptides were the barrier to entry where it's easy to order them online. So now everyone wants to take them. It's never that they was okay. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That's funny.
You know, I
Should we go ahead?
sorry, on that. I think that at least the peptides are more effective than SARMs. Do SARMs have their place? Do certain ones have their place? Yes, certain use cases. But the SARM craze a few years back, now that fucked people up. If someone took the cycle of LGD and they were completely suppressed versus, hey, someone takes GHK for a few weeks, maybe they had one or bad pin that kind of got red, it's going to do them some benefit versus that was a whole nother animal.
Yes, that's a great point. But the barrier to entry with the SARMs was better because they're oral, so it was even lower. But I don't think anybody actually takes SARMs anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't
Uh-uh.
think so. But
Dude, I
they
actually on Niall's podcast, Luke the Hulk was talking about
he
how he was
used
taking off.
Ostarine. Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what's funny is I never considered using Osprey, but I was like, you know what?
I thought about it for a second.
Influence. But yes, I thought about it for a second, but a second is all it needed.
Yes.
Like, there's so
You
much
know,
better thing.
you know what I do like? Injectable YK11. I use that for like 6 weeks.
Happy dude. Oh my goodness.
Big fan.
So everyone, you have only heard good things. And it's apparent. I mean, obviously people make these hyperboles and these exaggerations, but is it that comparable with Supergirl? Is it that?
I don't know. I've never taken Supergirl.
No, really?
I have a bottle of injectable, and I don't know what to use it for. So
Okay, dude. Funny enough, when I got hired at wholesale in 2000,
first
whatever,
day.
dude, this is when they stopped caring for hormones.
Mm,
But they had, I don't know, this is 12 years later, so they can't give me shit for saying this. They had like a box of super jaws in the back. Like when it was, because in 2014 is when it was banned in November. So they
right.
stopped selling it prior to the ban, just to like be ahead of the game. And I was like, I bought one, I was so afraid to take it. So I didn't take it until after I kept that bottle for so long. They were 15 milligrams. But now when I think of that golden elixir I had in my hand, that toxic elixir fucking liver bomb, and how easily accessible was that at that time? And then they say, oh, you can have one. I was like, awesome, sick. And then I looked into what it was, and I read like, you'll get jaundice, you'll get yellow eyes, and I was like, I'm not taking this shit. This is safe me. This was college me.
Right. Right.
But they
Wait,
had super.
so did you ever take it?
I did after like once I. So I never got to take. I never had that experience of when when people say like hormones fucked them up because they took it, and then after their whole shit crashed. I was already taking
Yeah.
tests by the time
Yeah.
I did. But no, absolutely, I was fucking Hulk. I was yeah, Bruce Banner into fucking. It was
Oh,
that good, that
oh,
effective. So I till this day, I would still be, that be my preference of like strength orals. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. Powerlifting oral.
oh yeah, bro, oh 100%. See, that's how I got my shit wrecked. That's how I hurt myself. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure if you applied yourself to powerlifting, you'd be the same exact way.
Yeah.
In that powerlifting world, you'd imagine if you trained for 3 months for one rep maxes. What do you think you could even? What can you squat? Six. I'm not. I don't want to say six easy, but you'd be able to get up to six.
I would hope six. I did five in high school, so I would hope six.
Do you want to? It's like, and you realize not to say. I mean, I'm not that I was the best part. I got a respectable dot score. I got a 411, which is like respectable. But it's like imagine all this. Don't tap into that because you'll just get hurt, bro. My spine's fucked up from deadlifting because obviously I could have been better with form, but I love gripping and ripping shit. There's nothing
Yeah.
like it.
There's
Just
nothing like it, but
ripping and ripping 4 or 5 and under now. How about that?
for
Yeah.
now, I would just like to look huge. So, but
100%.
what's your top gym pet peeve?
Oh, bro. Okay. Okay, I'll take it from you. We're gonna go over. I think we have plenty. I'm gonna try to keep these shorter so I don't go into too
Okay.
much. Everyone and their mother or peptide dealers on Instagram. Message me for this, message me for that, brother. You look like an absolute melted candle. If you're telling me to take this and get shredded for summer, I don't want that. I'm going to go the other way. What you have, no, no, a bag of milk. Okay, it's not, I was not being mean, but it's just, it's like if you were to recommend something to someone, recommend, we're going to use that word. You know the mechanisms behind it. You know how to apply it. What does it do on the surface level, at least? Where there's just these people just selling these things to make a quick buck. There's these like wellness clinics, like in Southgate and Paramount, like in these Hispanic communities, bro, that are selling like retatrutide shots at like a monthly membership of $300 a month for like a 2 milligram shot. Like it's insane the people that are getting advantage. Like, don't get me wrong, every business has to make their money. I respect it. And you go to a tire shop, those tires are not that expensive. But you're leaving whatever it is because you're not going to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Same thing with these peptides. It's like I respect the fact that everyone has to make their money, but some of these places are blatantly either one ripping people off or two like you're just you're hopping on the trend to make a few bucks
Yeah.
versus anything else. So that's one of mine.
I
What
would
about you?
I would rather somebody buy from the 20 something year old kid who's shredded and saying to take retatrutide than the melted ice cream looking guy.
No,
You know,
100%. And even if the kid, like, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not recommending this, but even if the 20-year-old kid was like, hey, this is how I did it and it helped me get shredded, cool. That's,
cool.
like, not trying to be the take this like that and make sure you just, I
Right.
took this and this helped me. I did
Yeah.
this along with it. Cool. Like,
Cool.
not to say that on the, hey, I don't know enough, but this is how it worked for me, versus the person that's trying to like post a copy paste chat like GPT. And it's like, brother, you don't talk like that. You RLS? You like what is that? What is RLS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the same vein, my top pet peeve is there are too many people in the gym with their shirts off. Everybody has a different journey. I don't know where people started or where they came from, but I like to an extent, like you should have to like earn the right to take your shirt off.
And that's I don't want to say that's an old school mentality that should be still present. It should be.
Yeah, that's that's about it. I don't have a problem with the tripods. I think tripods are fine because I ask all my clients for footage reviews. So, put your tripod
Almost
out.
most places, most people are genuinely great about it. I still haven't come past one of like the Joey Swole features of people that are like, get out of my like, why are you? I've never
I've
met one
never
of them.
seen that.
I guess it's kind of the gyms that we go to as well.
Yeah.
Like Metro and Madhouse, and for you, where it's like if you see one, if it's not like if I don't have to fucking go a fucking world away, I won't walk in front of it because I see it. I respect that. But like if it's in front of it, like if there's shots in front of the dumbbells, I'm not gonna trample over them, but I'm gonna go get my dumbbells. I'm gonna walk in front of it. Like and they should not mind because they understand where they put their camera.
That's not. I think the other problem that I have, similar to yours, is just the amount of personal trainers these days. Obviously, we all have a problem with like 24-hour personal trainers, but even at like the gyms that we go to, there are trainers that have no idea what they're talking about. And they somehow sold this person for an $80 session, and we're just yapping now.
On that note, I think you'll agree with me on this 100%. We can all have different styles of training. We can all be training for different things: performance, sports, bodybuilding. But there is always a consensus of a wrong fucking way to do something. That there, I guess my train, me and Bree talked about this with the trainers that put people to workouts to beat them up, to
Mm,
simply just make them feel like they're not at the gym beat. Like we're talking like rows like this on the cable. Like don't get me wrong, you're getting towards the end of failure. They can look a little bit
right.
exaggerated, but like if someone's completely flailing their shit like a fucking shrimp out of water, they're what and you as a trainer standing behind that is letting that happen. Some of the movements we see, right? Like it has you sometimes you're like, you have to address this. This is not okay. I'm not
Yeah.
even saying be the most stickler about form. You don't have to do everything perfect. No, don't.
No.
Some shit that's like, hey, this motherfucker is not getting anything out of this right. That
That's
bugs me.
that's what I see more often is like this guy looks like he's gonna get hurt and you're just standing there
And he's sometimes supporting it.
and sometimes supporting, telling him to go up and wait. Yeah, next set, let's go up. Yeah.
Ugh.
That one is probably the worst. And then my last one is the full body or anterior posterior kids who do they're doing chest and quads or
Brother,
every
why?
single muscle group on its own or whatever.
Like out
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like it.
I mean, I want to say these people didn't critically think of how it applies to them. I think that's an issue. Like, why would this benefit you in specific?
Right.
Today we went to Golds. There was this kid on using it was this weird contraption that was on his forearm. It went around here. It had a grip on it, and doing like the lat shits on the single arm. Like
You saw one
this,
in the live?
yes. And what the
That's
funny thing is, it wasn't like I've seen I've never seen in person when people put the foam roller around their
yeah.
forearm. I've never
Yeah.
seen that in person, but it was literally a grip designed to be on the forearm around here, and then something to grip. So it looked a little less silly because it looked like a genuine contraption. But it's
Hmm.
still just like, why don't you, I don't know, do an underhand hammer strength or like just do I don't know what was going on. That's my friend. Just we have these machines and these staple exercises for a reason. I think that's a big thing. It's not that there's some of these, I guess, luxury exercises, I don't even know what to call them, can have their place, but build the foundation first.
Yeah. I think if you're at the gym, if you're a smaller person just getting started, you don't know what to do. And to an extent, the biggest guy in the room knows what he's doing.
He's done something right to get there.
He's done something right to get there. I think at the same time, if you go to use that same machine, biggest guy in the room, he did 3 plates. You go over 100 pounds less, and you're doing 4 plates. I think there's a
Math,
disconnect there.
the math is a mathing.
Yeah, math is the math in there. We just leave it there. But
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Uh,
we could go on forever,
yeah. I will kind of let's go through. I had those questions I sent you, and I want to start with the funniest one. Okay,
huh?
so I'm gonna rephrase this one. Are we cool with getting into Q&A?
Yeah. I was pulling them up. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So I'm gonna say the question, and guys, I'm gonna rephrase it. But the gayest foods in bodybuilding. But let's rephrase this too. As a grown man, what do you think is funny to be eating what bodybuilders eat or that you find yourself eating? I got some, but go first.
Obviously my initial thought is cucumber and banana, but
Okay. That's
I
ripped my
thought
mind.
I thought about it a little bit more, and I came up with like if you're doing like the sugar-free coffee creamer or something like that. Like not like Splenda or like a
Uh,
pump, but like you went to go get the sugar-free caramel macchiato or whatever.
like a Target special or something, right? Like they have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going with.
That's kind of funny. I thought, and it's something we both do, is the flavored cream of rice. So we have
Yes.
a rice that's granulated that makes into flavors like blueberry, like cinnamon roll, and we've taken this cream of rice cereal into these flavored delicacies that we love and wake up and enjoy. It's kind of silly when you think about it, that we took that and made it into all these flavored things. I thoroughly enjoy them.
Thoroughly
That
enjoy.
alongside a Ninja Creamy. Let me tell you,
Mm.
we have our creamy, and I, it's a nightcap almost every night. It's a nightcap every night, and if I don't have it, I'm kind of sad about it. Like it's a luxury and a first world problem if you don't freeze or make it have one ready because I take a protein shake and I don't even want to drink it as a protein shake. It's not even whey drip. It is in a creamy ice cream form, and that is a highlight of my day most days. And I think that's pretty silly.
I think most people also say strawberry whey isolate. I'm a big fan of strawberry whey, so if that makes me gay, too bad.
Things like that. No, I think those are the two that stuck out to me. I'm like, I love my creamies. I love my cream of ice.
Yeah, the creamer ice is a good one. It looks very silly from the outside perspective. Creamer
And
ice in general, before flavoring it, looks pretty silly to people.
I put sugar-free maple syrup sometimes. That's it works.
When you have that meal around other people and somebody asks you about it, what do you say?
It's
They're like,
cream of rice.
they're like, what is creamer rice?
And you show them, and you're just like, I promise it tastes good. And it's just like this block you have right there. Sometimes it has berries inside of it. Sometimes it's just there like a block.
Yeah, usually I'm like, it's like oatmeal, but like it's better. They're like,
and
okay.
and then the first time you recommended someone, and they're like, it was weird, like because it's hard to cook. You genuinely, it's hard to cook. You'll find, dude. I'm assuming you have the same thing. The ritual of how much water to put, how long to heat it up, or then stir, then heat it up, then stir, or whatever it is. But
Yeah,
the first time, I made it into a fucking rock,
yeah.
and I was like, what is this shit?
They're like, yeah, no wonder this stuff's terrible.
And
You
then
gotta
like
have the whisk. I bring my whisk everywhere now. I bring it
he
with
brought
me.
me, he brought me these mini ones, and it helps break it up so well. Because if you
Yeah,
have a spoon, you have to sit there forever and do it.
yeah,
First world
no, need the whisk.
problem.
Um, how do we know our macros?
Oh yeah, you take it. Go. We'll take this
Um,
one different ways because I thought of different ways to answer this.
yeah, so I guess like when I started coaching myself, I was at my lowest calories. So I just come off of prep where my macros were just protein. There was nothing else. Um, and I just built them up. So I just built it up on what I thought I responded well to. I take a similar approach to most people as like around the workout, very low fats, and then we can fill in fats in the rest of the day. But usually when I'm building a plan, I put the fats, like we have protein in every meal, and then I'll put fats where I think you need fats. So if you're working a desk job all day, that's a great place to have fats, slow digestion, help brain function, versus like having high carbs throughout the day that are just going to spike your blood sugar and then lower blood sugar may not be the best. And then fats before bed help to, help recovery, help you sleep, all that, slow down digestion. And then I just kind of fill in the rest with carbs. So I'll put the carbohydrates that you need around the workout, the fats where you need them, and then fill the rest with carbs. It's usually how I do it.
Nice. And then obviously working, like you said, you're reversing. We could use the word reversing into how you built your calories, right?
Yeah.
You started adding here, started adding there, etc. Coming off
Yeah.
the protein.
Usually I'll add or I usually just move around carbohydrates. Protein usually stays the same. Maybe protein could go up, maybe protein could go down, but not really that much. For the most part, it's just
If
carbohydrates.
carbs got really high, you may then take protein down, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
outside of that, I think stays pretty consistent. And then the trace amounts add up over time. Once you start getting into that 4,000 and up range, protein's like you're like I'm taking 450 grams of protein a day, but you're like a lot of that is trace from every other source.
Yeah. I don't count those. I just count direct. Yeah. I'm like
I
Justin
thought,
Harris.
yeah, no, absolutely, dude. And I mean, I loved his way of dieting, dude. I loved it, but I had to keep myself from not overthinking because I'm like, well, oats has 2 grams of fat per, and cream of rice is fat free, but then the calories come out in the end, and as long as you're just consistent with it, you're good. That's
Yeah.
what.
How,
But
how do you know your macros?
I thought of this in a different way. So
Okay.
I want to say you have to take all these factors into consideration because there's these online calculators for your like your TDEE, what's your maintenance, what's your surplus. There's a general like get your body weight times it by 12 or whatever, which actually I think is the best way of approaching it. Um, so basically a baseline of calories, then you have to take how active is this individual. We're not talking about like are they genuinely active in the day, whether they play sports, whether they take a lot of steps a day, are they an Amazon driver, or are they the desk worker at a dentist? What's their level of muscularity? Like, there's so many things that come into play that it's not just like, hey, here's your maintenance. One thing I like kind of giving an example of to the people I work with too is like the term cookie cutter diet, which there absolutely fucking is. There is cookie cutter diet coaches, 100%. People just paste this plan here, have this, have that. But I generally say you can give a 180-pound guy and a 220-pound guy almost identical diets. But in 4 weeks from then, they should be completely different on what way you took it. Like if you're just taking a kind of a, hey, this is a educated guess of where your macros should be at, depending on how much they move, how much. Because like let's say the 180-pound guy is extremely sedentary. He can have the same diet as a 220-pound guy that let's say moves a little bit more. But in 4 weeks from then, it should adjust accordingly to how they're responding, what sort of what's going in, everything like that. So you know, your the level of muscularity, your obviously your size, your level of activity. So many these things come into play. So it's not easy as just these are your this is your maintenance, or these are your macros. Rather, plug and play certain things and mess around with it to kind of find where your macros are at. It's not as simple as an easy answer. The more you experience, like you as a coach, you can okay, this is what this guy does. This is where he's at right now. You have a good general idea, but even then, you're still kind of troubleshooting, right? From
Yeah.
there.
That's a good point. Like every plan, if you looked at everybody's week one plan, it probably looks pretty cookie cutter, but their week two plan and their week three plan is where things change because
It should look
yeah,
different.
you could be up 5 pounds in a week. You could be, down 5 pounds in a week. It's like, all right, I guess we need to adjust this real quick.
Yeah, I've had the
So
guys that are like, that are, let's say, sometimes, dude, when a guy's like 220, let's just say kind of overweight, but not extremely fat with some muscle on them, like, hey, bro, you do not need to start your diet at 2,200 calories. I'm not saying
yeah.
they should be in the mid 3,000s, but like, generally, they think they've seen online, I should start right here. No, dude, you're going to get way better performance and sustainable fat loss out of something that's better suited to you.
Yeah. Well, it's also important to know what we're eating before. If they're eating 1,200 calories, we don't just go to 3,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, too.
So
I
same thing.
on my favorite, and I'm gonna say the clients that get the most success oftentimes are the ones that come to me and are like, "Hey, bro, I don't track anything. I eat pretty fucking bad. Like, just start me from scratch." I love those, bro. And sometimes they're just like the hardworking individual, and you're like, "Dude, you're a blank slate. Let's fucking do this." Something
Yeah.
versus, I'm tracking this, and you're not tracking that.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let's rapid fire these. We got 10 good questions here. Let's see. Thoughts on high test only cycle. Example, 1 gram of test by itself. I assume with an AI, but
Okay, so is this okay, cool. We'll make it fast. Okay, so test only cycle. If I had the option to, I would rather split that up some different sort of ratio. 600 tests, 400 mass is something I would love if I was able to spread that gram total any other way. Can it be managed? Absolutely. But some people will absolutely feel like shit on 1,000 grams of, I mean, 1,000 milligrams of test versus, a ratio of something else, a split between two or three different compounds. I'd say, like for example, myself, for my powerlifting meet, I took test up to 900. But that's when I started feeling head pressure. My blood pressure was higher and I genuinely didn't feel good. Whereas that return that I got from 750 to 900, I don't think it was worth it. So high test and an AI can be done, and you'll put on some mass that way. But I'm going to say for most individuals, they wouldn't respond as well as they may to a combination of a total 1 gram dosage.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if you respond fine, it's good budget cycles and tests and growth, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I would personally, if you can, I would rather do something else.
Yeah.
I like to have the three families, but I guess you don't really need to.
Dude, no, honestly, let's say a 300 primo, 300 test, 300 MPP. I just gave like three numbers to add up there, but
Yeah,
obviously different numbers. But that I think would reap better gains. I personally think so. I think
personally,
it
I agree, but I don't have a problem with the high test
would.
thing.
Fucking rock with it. Yeah.
Jay says HGH, why aren't you taking it? We're both taking it. Maybe why, you know what? We could take this one and be like, why do people take tesamorelin and not GH?
Oh, dude, yeah, you're pretty okay. As men who I think you may agree with me, you may agree not. This is one thing I would talk about. All these growth hormone secretagogues. I'm gonna say certain ones have their use cases. I'm gonna toss Tessa and I'm gonna toss MK677 in there. But outside of that, growth hormone just does what all these other dudes do, but better. Simple as that. But if for some reason somebody said you can never take HGH for the rest of your life, and they said, well, you can still take CJC, IPA, or Tesla, I would still use one of those, like if I wasn't able to use GH, but I have access to it. And the thing is, it does what these do, but better. And then there's the whole like, but I want to stay natural. It helps secrete like timing comes into play. It doesn't work like testosterone where it plummets if you come off. Like it just works better.
Yeah, I think everybody should take growth hormone. I don't. I mean, the only reason why you wouldn't take it is because you don't have access to it or it's too expensive, which is valid. But
Dude, you know these
Tesla's more expensive than
it's
GH.
more expensive. That's the thing. But here's the thing. Let's say what's the general let's retail value for Tesla. Let's say $80. Let's say
80
it's $80
bucks.
for to them, they're like, oh, it's $80 versus this growth. I mean, they can't get growth hormone, but let's just say versus this high number. To them, it's like, do you understand, my friend? Like, even 1 milligram, that would be 240 for the month.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same. Do they have their place? Sure. And would I, like I said, would I use it if I had the choice of that or nothing? Absolutely.
Right.
But no, use growth hormone.
Yeah. Take the growth hormone. I did pull my growth hormone down, so I'm only using six I use right now. Been using
Ugh.
10, been doing
No,
10 all year, so I pulled it down. Um, Pros and cons of GH. Cons, it's expensive. Pros, everything else. Um,
good, perfect. Leave it at that.
being nationally ready versus pro ready, and does being nationally qualified mean you're ready for nationals?
You want to take a stab at it, then I'll go.
Yeah, nationally qualified means nothing. And I think if you want to go do a national level show, you should have at least won the overall. I think at that point you can be like, all right, we have a shot at seeing where we're at. But nationally ready these days, I mean, you just have to get top two in your class, not even top two in the show. So,
It doesn't have to be a certain amount of competitors in that class either.
right. I mean, both of the shows that I've done, there's been two guys in my class. So,
And both of you guys are nationally qualified.
right. So it means absolutely nothing to me, but people like to say it.
I would say something similar. It's you should have won the overall or your class decisively. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that day it can be taken like there was this other guy that was just more compact or some other look. A
Yeah.
decisive class win was like like the second you came out on stage, there was no one comparing to you or an
Yeah.
overall win. Because past that, dude, I'm just saying these national level shows, they're price like national qualified doesn't mean shit. These things, those are the big dogs. Like it
Yeah.
costs money. These are guys that have been prepping that live bodybuilding year round. Versus you got first in your class at the Grand Prix that had two competitors, right? Like
Yeah.
we know our spot. Like you're your biggest critic on yourself. I'm a bigger critic on myself. Nationals is a big thing.
Yeah. I think if you have seen a pro or a national level bodybuilder, you're like, okay, there's levels to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially at the regional level. Like I think it's one of those. The second, if you're at a regional show and you see someone walk out on stage and you're just like, oh damn, he's
He won.
light year that
Yeah.
he won. That's the guy that's nationally qualified.
Yeah.
That's the nationally ready. Let's say.
Right. 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 Yeah. If you want to go see like what a pro bodybuilder looks like, go to Wholesale in Costa Mesa and go see Chris Furman.
Oh, see how big he's a big fucking.
Big
You think
pro.
he's big? He's big.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet he wants to come on. He'll be our first guest. Actually, we'll talk about this.
Hey,
What
let's
do you?
go.
Yeah, we talked about that. He's like, I was like, we got to talk about stuff. He's like, we'll talk about stuff. And I was like,
Awesome.
yeah,
He's gonna be like this wide in the frame. It'll be like this.
fucking fit in it. And you're like, I'm already back by the wall.
Oh man. Advice to someone new wanting to hop on that's in a relationship, controlling your desires. Wow, that's a good question.
Dude, I think
Oh,
him to join, but I think it's one of those, bro. Like again, the gear amplifies who you are as a person. If you're gonna be, what's the term? Infidelity? Is that that's the term, right? Does it apply? Is that
yeah.
cheating? Yeah.
I think yes.
It's like like should you have maybe a route to get rid of that? Sure, through your partner, but like that should be through your partner. Versus, it doesn't make you a piece of shit. Like taking tests or taking trends shouldn't make you a piece of shit. Where you're gonna go after other women because your sex drive is increased. It's something that's gonna happen. I think you should have a conversation with your partner. Hey, I'm more active because of this, but it shouldn't make you cheat. Like you're just not a good person, bro, or like the person's not right for you. Just a whole bucket of not good there.
I think that takes care of it. uh, biggest misconception people have about anabolic steroids.
That they're gonna
I think that's the one that you just said that like you're gonna go crazy and cheat on your girlfriend and
or you're gonna break walls or break
yeah.
your toes. Yeah, no, that or that you're gonna die. You're gonna, just
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Right.
The cute things that happen, like no, these things compound over time. Obviously, there's your health can decline and it can it shorten your lifespan. Absolutely, but like say no, you don't just become a raging fucking asshole or like hitting people in traffic or yelling at people. It doesn't just work like that.
Yeah. I think most people would say like their first cycle, like they didn't even really notice much different.
They're like, I got a little bit bigger. They're like, I don't know, like I
Like,
feel like as long as you responsibly work your way into doses and compounds, like it should be in the background a little bit. I don't know, like it shouldn't be. I'm gonna say, dude, dieting impacts your mental and your everything else so much more. Dude, being fucking hungry, that's fucking hard. Being tired, getting off the couch when you're depleted, I think that's what makes you more of a dick. I'm like, fuck. Versus,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I think, well, I did a show natty. I think my prep natty was worse, but yeah, I mean, it was like the
did you
food
ever
is worse.
did you get your tip levels checked after that?
Like a month or so after, it was like 500.
Really? Did you rebound? I mean, did you like eat up right after show? Did you gain a?
I was up 35 pounds in 2 days.
I bet not that that is not to say that's the band-aid fix to testosterone, but you went basically back into like a healthier range of body
Right.
fat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What's the highest that you've ever seen on yours?
On like my own stage weight or like
No,
my
no,
own
on your test levels.
testosterone. Dude, I think I've only seen, not to say only, that's anyone out there, 37.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, I was at 37, I think it was.
Yeah.
And that was, but I think. I'm not to say I haven't had higher, or that might have been the peak, or not to say I haven't had higher, but it also really depends on when you time your injections to your
Right, right,
test.
right. Yeah,
Like if you do the next day, if you were doing a Monday, Thursday, and then Wednesday morning, what, or you got the test on Thursday morning and the pin later that day. So there's a
yeah.
lot more things that come into play. And yeah, that was the highest I think. What about you?
I've seen 3,200. That was this last cycle.
Oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Dude, I what's funny is on this, I know one of my guys, he's taking 600 and it came back at 42. And I was like, damn, like, I was like, bro, first tell me you're not, he's like, no, I'm taking 600, bro. I believe, like, sometimes it really varies. Obviously, it can be overdose product too, or,
Right.
various things. I was like, damn, bro. Dude,
Right.
and really, haven't you, and the more blood work you see, right, the more responses you see really vary. They freaking do.
Yeah. One of my clients started his first cycle at 200 tests and he was at almost 2,000. I think he was at 1,800 or 1,900.
That's
I
fucking
was like,
sick. You're like that response. You got hell yeah. And the first thing you want to say is like, hey, bro, like, if you're taking more, just tell me. Right?
yeah, yeah,
That's what hey, just let me know. Because this
yeah,
I want to know what you got out of it.
yeah. Um, we just answered that, but how much of your progress do you attribute to steroids versus training and diet?
I wish I would have known, not to say wish, I don't wish. I'd be really curious to see what sort of trajectory or what I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say genuinely, like I think we can say this, and then you can answer this too. Where you think your body weight kind of set point of like lean and muscular, kind of like off season lean. Mine would probably it's in the mid 220s right now. Realistically, I think I'd be low 200s. Like I think I have 20 pounds of I'm gonna hate using this phrase, but steroid muscle, right? Like unsustainable. Like it wouldn't be built without that. Obviously, over time with the work put in, but I would say my step point would probably be low 200s. I would assume.
Yeah, I would say somewhere between, yeah, like 30 pounds maybe. Because like right now, like in cruise, I'm sitting like 250s, so I could say like, yeah, maybe a 200, 210 lean would be, but I mean, we couldn't have got there without the progress and the diet, without the training and the diet. So it's like,
It's hard
I
to
mean,
quantify all this,
yeah, yes,
but I
but
would easily like we're saying both of us have not to say unachievable, but like very it would be hard to have got here without the help.
yes, the help because it does help us eat more, and eating more because then puts on more size. So without the food, then we wouldn't have the size without the food.
Absolutely, not at all. But yeah, like just that set point, I think would be, of course, different. So hard to say.
Let's see, we got what advice would you give your younger self before your first cycle? We kind of covered this one before, but
Just, I mean, not to say talk to the right people, have a coach or talk to the right people. I know the cop out answer you always hear is hire a coach. No, hire a fucking coach. Or like have someone give you direction, and it's hard to say the right one, but you need some proper direction. Like I wish I had proper direction with every little thing. Like whereas hand holding in that situation, um, I don't mind. Like I I don't want to have to spoon feed, but I can hang you along with me. There's things I want you to know.
yeah, I think hire the coach is the first thing. I think get your blood work is the second thing. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, get your blood work done, hire a coach, make sure you're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
and
Um,
be sure of wanting to start. Think of, I mean, we've gone over this before as well, but be sure because these things aren't addicting in the sense of like nicotine or in the sense of like something else, but you like the progress. So be prepared to be in this for the long run. It's not going to be one cycle.
that's a great point. Yeah, most people don't talk about that point, but yeah, that's a good point. Um, biggest mistake you've seen people make with here, doing too much.
Yes, and along on that note, it's disregarding side effects. Like
Mm.
see something, say something kind of sense of like, dude, this is not good. Like it can be anything, whether it's like you take this or take that, and this like this is not okay. Like you have to be able to take a step back and say, I should not be feeling this or feeling like this, or this should not be happening. That is, it's never a good thing.
Would you say like staying on, like say you planned out a 16, 20 week cycle and by week 9 you're not feeling good and you
Oh,
just
bro,
push
cut that.
on.
Do
Yeah.
not you because there's a difference between like this food's getting hard to eat or like my body's beat up and like no, dude, like you're sleeping 3 hours a night and like your stomach's fucked up or like all these other things. Like no, I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah. The stomach ones are the ones that I hear like, oh, I can't get down this food and blah blah
No,
blah. But
bro, you need to pull back. We need to resensitize you. You need to be able to get down a proper amount of calories, not the bolus you're giving yourself or whatever.
yeah, yeah. Or the I've heard of people going from a off season right into a prep. No no break.
Dude, that like it's like no, dude, we need some sort of period in between of chilling, and that goes along with the whole now that's a separate topic. I hit 200 when I say I hit 200 pounds, I'm gonna cut. No, bro, like you hit 200 pounds after you had like fucking In and Out and some Ben and Jerry's. Like that's not you're not 200 pounds. You're gonna lose all that tomorrow, but that's something else.
Marinate. I gotta marinate.
Uh-huh.
How long is the marinating period? Six
Well, that's a
weeks?
4 to, I'm gonna say even as short as 4 to 6. Like that should be a constant that is going on. It should be a constant at least. Like it's not just 1 week, it's not just two. Like you should consistently be there retaining similar body composition and then have it be your body sort of new normal prior to just because you're not yank you're if it's especially if it's a prep, calories are gonna get low, bro. Like it's not just like a I'm gonna get a little bit leaner. No, it's you need that to be set.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta sit at that high calorie amount for a little bit so that you can, yeah, that's a good one. I think another big mistake that I see is people that just like, I think it's probably more common is when you don't have a planned cycle and you just kind of like, oh, I'll take 2 weeks of this and 3 weeks of that. This week's going to be a Anavar week and next week's going to be a D-ball week.
Or like, oh, I ran out of this, so I'm just gonna throw in that. Like, if it's calculated, sure, but if it's not calculated, dude, like, what's at this point, or like, what's work? I don't know. You just have it.
Yeah.
I think that goes along the side of what I give the recommendation of GH. Like, hey, you're not gonna get, don't take it for a month. You're wasting your time. Do you have
Yeah.
enough like, for 6 months? Then sure. But like with this, like, hey, have the stuff you need on hand for your full entire thing before you just fucking run out. Oh, running out of AIs, that's a mistake that first timers make. And then you're like, I can't get any more Remidex. Fuck, bro. Like, Jesus. That's one of the quickest short term things that can fuck up. Like running
Yeah.
out of a Remidex,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially if you need it.
I can't think of anything that you can actually swap. Like besides like Arimidex for Aromasin, like you can't just swap EQ. I guess you could swap like EQ for Primo would be like the only one that I could think of. You can't
And
switch
even
mass for Primo.
no, even then, how like your estrogen
Yeah.
response with right, and you can't and don't just swap out 300 MBP for 300 trend. Those are not equal. Those are both two 19 Nors that are pretty, not to say scary, but like even 300 is a pretty decent dose of either one of those.
Decent dose. Would you swap DHB for Tren?
I've never tried. I'm a
I never
pussy that
tried it. Yeah.
so I don't want to do it. I
I
heard
want
it
to do
hurts.
it, but I just don't know where to put it. Like, what am I gonna do? Not use Tren?
Exactly. You're like, what is it going to take? You know, like you're gonna go with the tried and true that you know fucking works versus like, hey, this is the better replacement. I'm not gonna try doing my prep. I know this fuck. What I'm not gonna do this
Yeah.
for. Try.
Is there anything new that we're trying currently or in the future?
What did I? No, but I'm excited to do higher dose flu in the cut, like in a true contest prep.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that because
I love it. I love it.
yeah. And imagine like at the deep end of a deficit, we're talking like that can be the market match, just taking it from I don't know 40 to 100 or some shit like that. Like
That could be the thing.
I'm not gonna say it's cardioprotective. That's the wrong word to use, but like imagine how effective that can be, and then only having to go to 40 mcgs of cleanse. Incredible. And being able to stick there. Oh yeah, that's some mature application there. That's some true wizardry.
For sure. I think there's a lot of wizardry there.
No.
The yeah, I'm doing 150 megs right now.
Are you hard? Are you sweating right now, just sitting there?
Yes. But I also put in some T3, talk about wizardry. But
Yes. Oh, that now there's some synergy there.
yeah.
And uh, it's about five now. We're cool with calling it here.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
We got some more for late. We got some more topics to go for next time, but this was a good one.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe. Like the video, share with a friend. If we're doing cardio, keep going because you're probably getting shredded at this point. So if you got a
What's the five,
meal,
what's the
get
last
it
five
done.
minutes to comment?
Daily cardio.
Daily cardio that they should be doing daily cardio, or to put that.
What is your daily cardio in your plan? What's your
Oh,
daily
okay.
cardio?
Do that. All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys. See you next
All
week.
right, everybody.